Nebraska continues their preparations for Oklahoma on Saturday. Hi, Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com. And a big storyline this week remains the injury status of several different players, particularly on the offensive side of the football, as wide receivers Omar Manning and Oliver Martin have been out, as well as tight ends Austin Allen and Travis Vokalek. We caught up with offensive coordinator Matt Lubick just on the status of those players.
I was proud of the guys. We had some guys go down, which is an opportunity for other guys to step up. And we've been working that all fall camp. I really felt like we had good depth, and not just at the receiver position, but the tight end position and the offensive line and the running back position. And we've needed that depth because of the circumstances are what they are. All those guys that haven't played, that's a decision we make going into the game. But yeah, we're hopeful he's going to play.
With that said, Nebraska knows they're going to need all of their firepower back on offense to keep up with the explosive offense the Sooners have.
They have great players, but they're very well coached, and they play hard. They know their system, which to me is a testament to their coaching. Is they keep things very simple, so those guys can play fast. But they do enough things too to cause you problems. They move around a lot, so you got to know where they are. They're physical. They get off on the ball. They have the ability to bring pressure, and they cover well. So, you put that in too. Is when you cover good on the back end, that helps out your pass rush. And so we got our work cut out for us.
A big part of getting things going once again will be the running game and connecting on some of those base runs.
I think we're just maybe a couple details away from it. Those runs that are like 3 yards turn into 15, 20, 25 and on. We just got to tighten up on the little things, and those short ones become big runs.
Meanwhile, defensively, they're going to face off against Spencer Rattler and one of the top units in the country.
He's one of those, one of those rare guys that can, he can make every throw, and he's a threat running the football. And then not only that, but most of those guys that are a threat running the football, once they get flushed in the pocket, they want to take it down and run it. He's going to extend some plays, and he's going to make throws downfield, and those receivers know how to work and get open when the play breaks down. So I think he does a really good job of keeping his eyes upfield, extending the play, and he can also pull it down and run it if he needs to.
I think both. I think he's going to try and do both. I think they're going to use him how they feel like is best, and they can go win the game. And he wants to be able to throw it from the pocket and throw some deep balls, and he's going to take some shots. So we got to be aware of that.
Talked to his coach. He's a good dude, and knew about Spencer when he was coming out of high school. He was a pretty dynamic cat, man. No doubt about it. What a great name, right? To be an Oklahoma quarterback, Spencer Rattler in Oklahoma. Isn't that awesome?
A big part of Saturday will be the pass rush, where Nebraska had 21 quarterback pressures a week ago against Buffalo.
Yeah, we probably left a couple sacks out there, but Kyle Van Treese, going back to Buffalo, I can't remember the kid. He had 11 pressures on him last year or something like that. He's really good at not getting hit. Tom Brady isn't the most mobile quarterback. Tom Brady don't get hit very much because he knows when to get the ball out. He knows how to direct the protection, and he's not going to allow that to happen. And I think Kyle Van Treese was really good at not letting himself get hit. Now, the good thing was we got a lot of pressure on the young man. A couple QB hits, I can't remember how many, and some pressures to go along with that. So they did a good job there. Do I want more sacks? Yeah. But sometimes you have to evaluate the entire scope of the football game. I thought we could have got home a couple times, but they did a good job of putting pressure on that guy.
What do you think about the way Rattler moves in the pocket?
What do I think about it? Yeah, I think he's really good at moving around in the pocket. A lot of their long pass plays, things have broke down, guys have been covered. He makes a great play to escape from the pocket. He extends the football play. He's got his eyes downfield, and he hits an open receiver that's practiced plaster drill. He obviously practices scramble drill quite a bit. So I think that he's really good at extending the play, and he reminds me a little bit when we were at Oregon. Vernon Adams did a really good job of that. He wasn't the guy that was going to pull it down and take it for 80, but he was the guy that was going to scramble, keep this play extended, always had his eyes downfield, and always making a play.
And finally, there's a lot of history, as we know, with Nebraska and Oklahoma, not so much with the players, but the coaches on the staff, as several of the coaches rekindled some memories of OU and NU.
Yeah, obviously it's one of the biggest rivalries in all of college football. I'm excited. I'm excited to go down. I've coached in many different stadiums across the country. I've never been there, so I'm excited. I'm really excited to play in this football game. Really excited for the atmosphere for our guys. And I think this is a good rivalry that's been reignited. You watch the games when you're young, and you hear about them, but you've never experienced it. So I'm really excited to experience this football game.
Honestly, every day I wake up and come here, I'm just overwhelmed, and I'm very happy that I have the opportunity to be able to coach football at this university. Not just coach football, but coach football at this university. So to be a part of historic times at Oklahoma and Nebraska, to be a part of that, coming back and be a part of that, I feel very good about being able to be a part of this, and I don't take it for granted when I'm out here at practice. I don't take it for granted, so, and the guys know.
I remember it was the game when Johnny Rodgers returned the punt.
So you watched that game?
Yeah, I was a little guy. What year was that?
71.
Yeah, right? I remember that. That was wild now. That was crazy. It was fun.
What do you remember about that return?
I just remember my mom going nuts. She just went crazy.
Why? Because she was cheering for Nebraska?
She was a West Coast Nebraska fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Where were you at that time?
We were always pulling for Nebraska.
No, I mean, where'd you live? Where'd you live?
That was in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and in California, and I don't know, by proxy, somehow we became Nebraska fans, I guess because they were kicking the piss at everybody all the time.
In other injury news on the defensive side of the ball, Nebraska also hopes to have defensive lineman Casey Rogers back this week with the Huskers in Lincoln. I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.